Hey, how is it going, guys? It's your friend Jordan here, and going in the theme of talking about more personal stuff that deeply bothers me. I chose to do this commentary because there's something that's been bothering me for the past, I don't know, like 17 hours, and maybe 18, maybe. And, you know, that's a long time in my world because I'm like 16, so 18 hours is the equivalent of like 2 years to somebody who's like 140. So I decided to talk about this, and I don't know, it might be old news. I actually don't know when the video came out, but it's just blowing up within my circle of friends. So I decided to talk to you about it because I know that I can't be alone. I know and I don't mean circle of friends, I mean circle of Facebook friends, because really anybody that I even have an inkling of respect for agrees with me on this topic, as far as I can tell by what Facebook tells me. But I actually don't know when this came out. Maybe it's happening to you guys too, but on Facebook, everybody's saying, oh, rip Amanda Todd, or whatever Amanda Todd, and in case you don't know, you should go look up the video, because it's pretty good. It's some, decently attractive girl with note cards, and in case you ever want to make an emotional video, use note cards, which I think I might actually do that, and be pretty attractive, because note cards and attractiveness makes an emotional video. And so, basically, I'm sorry I hit my mic there, I don't know if you guys could hear it. Basically, this girl had these note cards that said what an awful life she had. And here's the story, this is the gist of it. I might be leaving out details, but she flashed her boobs to some dude on the internet, and he started blackmailing her. She had to leave school, blackmailed her at a different school, she had to leave that, went to a different school where she got used by this dude who brought his friends in who beat her up, which, like, I don't get why a dude would beat up a chick for like, getting used, but whatever, it happened. Or, according to her, it happened. And, yeah, and then finally she killed herself. Not, like, on the video, but that's how the story goes. And so there's this whole internet campaign against bullying for the next 15 hours. I have been affected for the past 17 hours, so I'm gonna say for the next, like 5 hours? No, maybe 7 hours. It's going to be important. So hopefully I get this video out quick enough. But basically, I think it's stupid because everybody is treating her like a hero, and that's not the case in the least. She made a mistake. I've never shown my penis to anybody online, but I assume it's a fairly easy mistake to make. And I mean, you can just go out on Omegle and see that. But she showed her boobs to somebody, and she couldn't live with consequences. And, I mean, the consequences shouldn't be that deep. That dude was a dick, he was stalking her, and that was bad. But there's no way in hell that she is a hero. She's not the hero of her own story. She is the villain. No, she's not the villain. She is the victim of her own story, and that's not good. You never want to be the victim. And ultimately, she cared too much about what other people thought of her. And, you know, I mean, when it comes down to that, if you don't have any friends in school, and you think that everybody is ridiculing you, it's kind of hard not to take to heart what other people think of you. So, you know, I can't criticize her too much with that, but people are acting like she is this superhero for killing herself. What? Like, she was 15... and she thought her life was over because of one mistake she made. One mistake. And, you know, people are making the argument that, oh, there are kids in Africa dying and they have real problems. I mean, when it comes down to it, you can't put somebody else's problems ahead of your own, because your problems respective to you are just as great as other people's problems respective to them. You know, there's a little variance, but that's generally the case. And, you know, emotional pain of being ridiculed and having your private parts out there on the internet, that, I mean, emotional pain is greater than physical pain, so, I don't know, I don't think that the argument that there are kids in Africa starving is that good of an argument, but at the same time, I mean, there are people with problems 10 times worse than that. Maybe even some of you watching. I know, not me personally, I have a pretty good life right now, which I'm kind of happy about. But, actually I'm really happy about it. But there might be some of you out there who are in a position similar to hers or even worse. And you're watching this right now. You're living through it and you're dealing with it. And, you know, if she just saw her life like 10 years in the future, then she would have seen that and she'd still be alive and I would have never heard of her. But, you know, the other thing that really pisses me off, aside from people saying that she's a hero, is the fact that people don't really care about her. People who saw the video instantly go to Facebook, say, "Rip Amanda Todd. Look at this video. Look at this girl. Look at what she had to go through because I empathize with her so much." They're lying. That's not true. That's not the case at all. And anybody out there saying that you do actually empathize with this girl is lying. I'm sorry. You're a flat out liar. You don't. Unless her parents and or close friends are watching this, you're lying. There's no way. Because there is so much pain in the world that there is no way you can empathize with everybody, with every random stranger that you even hear of. There's no way you can do it. Yeah, I feel sympathy for her as much as anybody else, but I don't empathize with her, and I don't, you know, I wish that that didn't happen. I felt bad for her from the video, but I didn't put myself in her position and feel her pain. I didn't stay up last night crying because some girl committed suicide. There are thousands of people a day who do that, and I don't know the real statistic, I just made that up. But there's a lot of people who commit suicide. And it's not a joke, it's a terrible thing. But you can't feel bad for every single person. Or, no, rather, you can't empathize with everybody. Because there's a difference between empathy and sympathy. Sympathy is feeling bad for somebody. Empathy is actually feeling their pain. But well, I lost my point. But anyways, the people like posting on Facebook or on anything saying what a hero she is, they don't empathize with her. They might barely feel bad for her. The reason they're doing that is to get likes, to get views on YouTube, to do whatever. That's the reason they're doing it. It's the same reason the media blows up stories about tragedies. They're trying to take advantage of bad things that happen for personal gain, and I really, really, really hate that. That's one of the reasons why I hate the media. And I guess hate the media is bad because I'm part of the media, because you're watching this and this is media. But for the most part, I hate the media. You know, people have a right to know, at least in America. That's one of the rights, the freedom of press, freedom of speech. And yeah, I study my amendments, I know that. And you know, I mean, you can justify it saying the news has a right to tell people what's going on in their world, or at least in their country or section of the country. But in the end, it comes down to a moral thing. What the differentiation between rights and what is morally wrong. Because they have the right to know what's happening, but at the same time, you can't blow it out of proportions just to make a good news story. Think about I don't know if you guys heard of this, out of the country. But in America, this was a big story. The premiere of Batman, some crazy dude dressed up, he didn't dress up as the Joker, I don't think. He spray painted his hair and came in with 4 guns, like 2 Glocks, a shotgun, and an AR-15, I believe. And he killed like 11 people and wounded like 30 or something. And the media blew it out of proportions. And I had respect a little bit for CNN, because they said that they refused to say the guy's name because they didn't want to give publicity to him, therefore encouraging other people to shoot up a movie theater to be famous, you know. But they still covered the story as much as anybody else did. And so it gets down where they're just saying how much you need to know about the story that really has no influence on your life, just for personal gain. And I really hate that, and I see that happening to this story. Maybe not on the news. I think there were a couple news stories about it, but mainly just within my circle of quote-unquote friends on Facebook. And I really have to delete some people on Facebook. Couldn't pronounce it. because they are pissing me off lately. But you get the point. In the conclusion, Too Long didn't listen. She's not a hero, and people are just promoting her story, not because they actually care and want to see an end to bullying, but because they want to get likes on Facebook for their post or whatever, because really it's stupid. Likes don't matter, except on this video. Likes absolutely do matter. Like this video up. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, that's the end, and really I think the story is pro-suicide, which is absolutely ridiculous. Her video is anti-bullying, kind of, a little bit, but everyone blowing it out of proportion only encourages more people to commit suicide for fame or whatever, and that's absolutely ridiculous. And so, yeah, I hope you guys liked this video, liked my rant. This was almost 11 minutes on a rant, and so yeah, I hope you guys can share your own opinions. Maybe you think I'm absolutely wrong. That's great. Tell me how absolutely wrong I am. And I just hit my mic. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I love you guys. Goodbye.